Orange chicken is, I think, my soulmate.
When did I become such a blackie?
Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word.
You are a disrespectful piece of...
Hey corals, welcome to another Amberlynn video. First off, I just want to say I'm so sorry for not uploading in so long. I've been working on a kind of special video for the channel. I think it's really dumb, but I think we're all really gonna like it. It's just taking way longer than I thought it was going to. This video is gonna cover a couple of Amber's videos as kind of a catch-up. I do dive into some of the things she says and does though. Also, I don't think I've properly thanked you all in a video yet. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. That is crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. There is a Discord server for this channel linked in the description and pinned comment if you'd like to come chat or hang out. It's really chill, I promise. Feel free to comment your thoughts or feedback below. I respond to all of you. Thank you so much, and let's get into the video. She does her weigh-in for January 2nd. She gained weight, of course.
517.8 pounds.
I know a lot of people are gonna be like, wow, so Amberlynn coded. Of course she's gonna gain weight at the beginning of the new year. And honestly, yeah.
Don't get an attitude about it now, girl. You did that all by yourself.
I'm gonna put a sad face because all day yesterday I did amazing. And I don't know what hit me at nighttime, but it wasn't cute. I actually ended up ordering Jack in a Box.
So her last hurrah for 2023 has become her hurrah for every day of 2024. She's setting herself up for failure. She rambles about gaining and how it's possible to make progress in one day, blah blah blah. Twinkie walk.
So poop buns don't exist here anymore unless you have a day like this, where you're mopping your whole apartment. Because my hair is long as hell, so this is my hair for the day.
Why the actual fuck is she trying to sound like that? I don't want to be offensive or anything, but you guys know what I mean, right?
Because my hair is long as hell.
What the fuck is she trying to do here? She does some chores to pretend like she's busy. Can't have an Amber video without Legos. January 3rd weigh-in.
516.4 pounds.
516.4. I knew that confidence was for a reason. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah? She's still higher than she was on the first day of January. She lost 1.4 pounds from January 2nd. She could take a poop and lose that much. But she feels like it's such an accomplishment that it deserves a hell yeah? That's embarrassing.
See how I was off track, gained weight, on track, lost weight? That is literally my life. And the reason why it happens like that for me specifically is because of my lipedema. When I'm off track, I retain tons of water. When I'm on track, my body wants to lose that water.
Oh my fucking god. I'm so over her shit. Her lymphedema did not make her eat fast food multiple nights in a row. Sure, her lymphedema retains water when she's off track and eats unhealthy, but you want to know what else does that? The normal fucking human body that every person has that isn't the size of a fucking bear. Food. Surprise. January 4th weigh-in.
514.6 pounds.
Oh, yes, 514.6. All right, so 514.6, which is a definite loss from yesterday.
Whoa, Amber, congratulations. You pooped 2 times yesterday instead of 1. So proud of you. TLC contacted her. Dr. Now is supposed to have a new show, and she was talking to a producer. Supposedly.
But I actually got a message from her today saying, like, we need the people who are going to be on the show to be 550 pounds or higher, like closer to, like, to the 600 mark. So I was like, oh, well, that's not me.
It probably will be by the end of this year. Maybe that should be Amber's goal. Gain weight and get on TLC instead of losing 100 pounds. It would definitely be easier for her.
I'm not heavy enough to be on this new show. And it just kind of got me thinking that, like, how is 516 pounds, 514 pounds, how is that not heavy enough to be on one of these types of shows? I feel like I need help just as much as someone who's 5'50".
So is she now saying that she's envious for the people on those shows? Because she's been offered professional help hundreds of times and never goes through with it. But now suddenly she's complaining that she isn't being offered help? I don't get it. I think she just wants something else she can play the victim for.
Like, thoroughly, if you're over 400 pounds in general, like, it's time to, like, crack down. And it's like, for some reason, I have all the tools. I know all the tools. I have all the knowledge. I've done this millions of times before. Like, I know how to lose weight, but for some reason, like, I don't put those things into action. Like, it is so hard. It's like literal torture. And I want to know more about that. And I think that's why, like, I'm very eager to get a therapist, like, soon.
This is what we have been saying forever, but she completely disregards it when we say it. Let's be honest, she won't listen to her own words either. She wants to act self-aware like she does 5 times every year, and then all of that self-awareness goes out the window as she avoids therapy and accountability and gains 50 pounds instead.
Okay, now I'm just completely rambling. I'm going off on like one topic to another. I came here to tell you that yes, TLC wanted me to be on a new show. They were gonna like interview me, talk to me, whatever, but I'm not big enough for them. Okay.
Seeing her be salty is so funny, and all I can be is happy that they rejected her, because maybe the place will go to someone more deserving that will actually put in the work and effort and utilize the tools available to them. She ordered something from Amazon and it wasn't arriving in time.
I check my little Amazon orders just to see the tracking, and it's like in big black letters, problem occurred. And I'm like, what?
Don't you just hate when a problem occurs? She said that in full confidence. I don't understand. She talks about leaving her comments on all of her platforms and hearting or replying to the first few comments on her YouTube videos. I don't think she can stand the fact that she doesn't have control over people, which is why comments were turned off in the first place. And I'm sure the only comments she'll interact with on YouTube are the ones showing support.
I don't know what it is, but I've been thinking so much of my ex lately, and it just like reminded me of her. And I broke no contact, by the way. Yeah, it happened. So the last time I actually messaged her was November 1st, and I told myself, don't do it again. But January 2nd, after like a couple weeks of just like, literally I can't stop thinking about her, like I hope she's okay, I ended up texting her, and I still haven't gotten a response. I don't think that I will.
That's just icky to me. It gives such weird vibes. Imagine you have a breakup and are still living with your ex while thinking about getting back together eventually, and your ex wants to get back together too. But then only 2 days later, your ex starts going on about how they're in love with someone else, but they also still love you? That stabs you in the heart. And then, even worse, after kindly asking your ex to stop messaging you and talking about you, your ex instead talks about you to hundreds of thousands of people online and won't stop messaging you. Then, they finally leave you alone and you think it's over, but 2 months later, the ex that really hurt you starts talking about you online again and how they can't stop thinking about you, and they try to contact you again. It just sounds so creepy to me. If I had an ex doing that, I would be getting a restraining order. You've been thinking about me non-stop for over 2 months after I told you to leave me alone, and now you're talking about me and messaging me again? Stalker behavior. So gross.
And something about that, like, it tears me to pieces because, like, I miss my best friend. And I miss the person that, like, I was gonna spend forever with. Like, I miss her so much. Like, all of the good times I miss so freaking much.
She fell in love with someone else in 2 days, then ignored Feline, the person she was supposed to spend the rest of her life with, for 2 weeks. Also, love how we've heard nothing else about the person Amber was willing to sacrifice Feline for. That's gotta feel like putting salt in the wound. Not to mention, Amber is the one on here obsessively crying over Feline when Amber is the one that hurt Feline beyond repair. That's basically the end of that one. Let's go to the next. She weighs herself for January 5th.
514.8 pounds.
I was not on track. I was on track all day long, and then nighttime hit, and I let the cravings win. So that's what happened.
She said the exact same thing on the 2nd, just part of the cycle. January 6th weigh-in. Glad to see she's taking vlogging so seriously.
513.6 pounds.
So that means I am down more weight. Round of applause. Happy to see it.
She's actually lost some weight. She's down 2 pounds in almost a whole week. She talks about a get-together she had with family and family friends. Boring call. January 7th weigh-in.
513.6 pounds.
So I guess that explains why I stayed the same.
So her weight stayed the exact same, although she was off track the day before. Unimportant bullshit.
And it said like a problem occurred.
Okay, so she's fully committed to saying occurred like this. Talks about Feline.
And a lot of you are like, oh my God, why'd you message her? Like, why'd you do that? Like, what'd you say? Like, I can't believe she's still not talking to you. Like, that relationship must have been horrible because of, like, no. Like, I've tried to explain to you guys multiple times that I hurt her after the breakup by choosing someone else over her.
Okay, but that still sends up red flags that the rest of the relationship wasn't good either. Plus, we have the 10 years of proof that Amber is awful to her girlfriends.
And I kept doing that, and it's because I thought at the time I was making the right choice, because at the time I ultimately did fall in love with someone else. There's just a lot of things that I wish I would have done differently, and I think about her a lot because I love her. I still love her. I do. Like, that was my best friend. That was someone that every time I talk about her, I just want to cry. So let's not do that.
You do not treat a best friend like how Amber treated Feline at the end of that relationship. If she treats her best friends like that, it's a good thing they're leaving her. And there she goes with the whole boo-hoo, poor me, pity party shit.
Long story short, literally, I just messaged her because she was so heavy on my heart. And literally all I said was, I've been thinking a lot about you. I hope you're doing well. It was just one of those, just like, I just want her to know that, like, I still think of her and I still love her. Like, she knows me, like, she knows my heart. So just those few words, in my opinion, says a lot more than just what the few words say.
She's so creepily delusional. She knows me, she knows my heart, so my words mean more to her. She's at incel levels of delusion. I hope Feline is seeing all of the red flags we do, because this is fucking weird. Saying, I've been thinking a lot about you to someone that has asked you to stop contacting them multiple times is not comforting. Let me know your opinions, I'm curious. Also, let me know if what I'm saying makes sense. It's hard for me to explain how much this is rubbing me the wrong way.
If that makes sense, I hurt her and I regret hurting her, like, more than anything. And it's like, I have apologized, and obviously I wanted her to have that, like, closure, knowing that I was sorry and stuff. But I just feel like after not speaking to her for months, I just feel like with a more clear head, I would love to talk to her and, like, maybe just, like, be her friend.
Amber apologized, and now it is Feline's decision whether she accepts that apology or not. Amber is creating these scenarios in her head where her and Feline are friends, or her and Feline are back together, and it's just really unrealistic and unhealthy. Feline wants to be left alone and hasn't accepted Amber's apology, let alone talk to her in months, but Amber is over here talking as if she can just make Feline do these things. That's not how real life works, Amber. Stop fantasizing and move on.
I know it's crazy, and I have gotten contacted by so many of you saying, like, you guys have been in, like, the same position as me. So just know we are not alone. Losing, like, not only, like, your lover and someone you thought you were going to be with forever, but, like, your best friends, like, your favorite person, like, especially someone with, like, BPD. She was, like, my everything. So to, like, lose that, and especially because it's, like, ultimately, like, after everything's said and done, like, it's my fault because that last little bit, me choosing someone else.
Shut the fuck up. BPD has become the excuse for everything now. She wasn't her everything, she was her tool, and when Amber realized she had lost control of her tool, it freaked her out. You don't ignore your favorite person for 2 weeks after falling in love with someone else in 2 days. And it wasn't just a last little bit. I love how she uses that wording to downplay what she did while also crying about how she supposedly regrets it so much. She contradicts herself so bad. Talks about not messaging again and just letting things sit. That's basically the end of that video. She's just getting out of hand now. Hopefully Feline has her blocked and is just living her best life. To summarize these videos, Amber is kind of a creep and she already can't stay on track with losing weight. Nothing new. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. Don't forget there's a Discord server linked in the description and pinned comment if you'd like to come chat or hang out. Feel free to comment your thoughts or feedback below. I respond to all of you and I love hearing from all of you. I hope you have a great day. Bye!